How's it going? Happy soon to be game day for the NFL season. So today I'm just kind of going over some of the FanDuel lineups and how the salaries are a little bit different, and how you can also use that to your advantage to try and do some research for your DraftKings lineups or even Underdog or PrizePicks, and then um, we'll I'll even do some super early lineups for FanDuel and DraftKings, just some DFS lineups. Kind of reiterate some of the points I made in a previous stream about how to double stack your quarterback with a bring back player from a high scoring game. And then we're going to do a best ball Mania draft on Underdog, which is this is the biggest tournament they have on Underdog Fantasy, which the top prize is $2 million with a $1 million prize going to the highest scoring team in the regular season for the NFL football season. And I'll probably even do a prize picks card as well, which in turn will kind of give you an update and tutorial on how to go about making a lineup pick and just seeing what you're capable of doing during that or on that website. So let's get into it. So again, looks like there's Puppy 3 tournament still up on Underdog Fantasy right now, which that one has already gotten past halfway full, and it's only been out for about a week and a half now. So that one's going to be filling up really soon. Best Ball Mania, you'll probably see that really picking up after the preseason. People holding out for last minute trades or last minute injuries that can happen in the preseason. So just keep an eye out for that if you're interested in going on best ball drafts for Underdog Fantasy. One thing I haven't talked about in previous streams yet is FanDuel. So FanDuel is a good website too. Again, it's very similar to DraftKings, but the way they structure their salaries on here is a little bit different. So you'll at times get bigger, you'll get better values on FanDuel for certain players than you would on DraftKings. And it's another way to kind of gauge exactly where certain players stand, because sometimes DraftKings can have someone a lot lower or a lot higher than versus what FanDuel will have. So sometimes you can kind of you can in your mind, or even if you can somehow pull an Excel sheet, kind of compare the salaries for each of the players on FanDuel and DraftKings. You can definitely get an advantage on those players. So it looks like you can't actually do a super early lineup yet for FanDuel, so we'll have to hold off on that for now. But again, it's super simple. It's just like DraftKings. You basically just enter a contest, able to pick up your lineup, and just go from there. But since we can't do a lineup on FanDuel, I'll go ahead and do a super early entry on DraftKings. Again, kind of reiterating some of the key points that I try to emphasize in my lineups for DraftKings. So, all right. That's taking forever for some reason. So let's not do that. Let's create a new lineup. All right. So again, one of the biggest points that I try to make with building lineups on DraftKings, and another thing to kind of to keep in mind is you're looking for a really super high scoring games for the week. And again, to find that out, you just simply go to the NFL, or you can even go to DraftKings Sportsbook, which has different different odds, different team totals, and you can just kind of use that as a guide to figure out exactly what games are going to produce the most fantasy production when figuring out who to pick as far as teams go. All right, so I think last time we looked, the highest point total game was 53 points, which looks like it still stands as 53 right now for the Chiefs and Cardinals. um, and it's always good to kind of keep checking back in, because as the season approaches, this will change as well. The closer you get into season, so it looks like the Chiefs and Cardinals game is still the highest scoring game so far, predicted. So we can go that route, which a lot of people who are going to be looking at that as well, they're going to be flocking to that game. So I think last time I picked the Chargers and Raiders stack. So for the sake of being different and to not go for the highest paid one, because that's where I think a lot of people are going to flock to in order to capitalize on the Kyler Murray and Mahomes stack. We can either go Bills or Cowboys, and with news coming out that Stafford's having issues with his elbow still after having off-season procedures, I think we'll go with Cowboys and Bucks. We'll go with Cowboys and Bucks and see if we can build a pretty good stack going that way. And let's see if we can find that on here. They may not be. Nope, they're not going to be. It's Monday night game, so that leaves us to, or Sunday night game, excuse me. Kind of stinks, but are you able to pick from Thursday, or you can't pick from Thursday night? So it's Sunday slate only. So outside of the Chiefs and Cardinals, the next highest scoring game for Sunday was that Raiders and Chargers game that I did a lineup for last week. So we're looking at Packers, Vikings, Chiefs, Cardinals, and looks like the Lions and Eagles. So when you want to be different, when you want to try and get some leverage on the field and go with a different game entirely from this one here, you kind of think of, all right, where are the targets going for each team that you can that you can kind of take less of a chance on, as far as having targets taken away from a certain player. And so the Packers, really they just got Lazard, Watkins, and they got the rookie Watson as well. But there's a lot of question marks involved with the game there. Vikings, you got Thielen and Jefferson, which Jefferson's a superstar, so you can take a chance on that game there, building a pretty cheap stack, because you're going to have to pay up for Jefferson, but everybody else is going to be relatively cheap as far as salary goes. And then going back to the Eagles and Lions game, you can build a stack through there, and instead of having the typical two wide receiver on the same team and the one wide receiver bring back. You can even add Swift into that equation as well, as much as he catches passes out of the backfield for the Lions. Then you got a sneaky game here too. You got the Jets and Ravens, which kind of going back to that point where if you know only certain players are going to get a bunch of the target share, like Andrews or Bateman for the Ravens, and then you got, I think you got a bunch of rookies for Jets, which, you know, I'm having to look up the wide receivers because I can't even remember who their top wide receivers are right now. So Elijah Moore, Braxton Berrios, and Garrett Wilson, a rookie. So that might be a decent game just to kind of be different, to kind of get some leverage on the field. And if you're able to build a stack with the Ravens with Lamar, Mark Andrews, and Bateman, and then have a bring-back player in either Elijah Moore or Berrios, you can that might be a game that can kind of sneak up and get a crazy amount of points. So I might actually go ahead and go with that stack just to be really different from the field. So Lamar Jackson, we know we're going to go there. And then Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Bateman. Now we just got to go and figure out what receiver we want to take for the Jets. Just looking at the salaries. We know Elijah Mitchell's the favorite target for Zach Wilson. He had a pretty good season last season. Just kind of going crazy when he was healthy, especially towards the second half of the season. But Berrios, with the salary differential, was putting up double-digit fantasy games whenever Zach Wilson was healthy. So, and when the news broke out of all of Zach Wilson's, let's say, off-season trips or activities, Berrios was working with them during that time. So I'm going to go with Berrios, take the salary discount, and that way we can go for our higher-end players to add to the roster. So going back to what I said in the last stream that I did on DraftKings, salaries and strategy, trying to figure out where you can save money on your roster here. Defense is one spot you can definitely save a lot of money on, just because the difference in the highest scoring and the lowest scoring defense is usually less than 5 or 6 points. Every now and then you'll have a defense that scores like 2 defensive touchdowns, or a special teams touchdown and a defensive touchdown, or fumble recovery, or whatever. So very seldom do you have like a 20 or really over 10 or 12 point defense special teams type day in the NFL. But so we will pay down on the defensive slot here, and I think I went ahead and went with the Lions last time. So again, for the sake of being different, we'll go with the Jaguars defense going against Washington, and basically you're playing against Terry McLaurin and Carson Wentz, and not much else there outside of the rookie running back, I think Robinson Jr. So pay down on defense. You got your double stack and bring back player, and you're working around a $6,000 price point for the rest of your team, basically. So for running back, I guess we'll go ahead and pick out our first running back here and try and find some value first. That way we can give some more room for the rest of our roster. But then again, you got Barkley at $6,100, and he could easily be above $7,500 as far as his salary goes. So we can go Barkley, or with the news that Kareem Hunt is on his way out, you could go Kareem Hunt as super early as it is and hope that he finds a team where he can get a true starting job somewhere else. But with only a $400 price difference between the two, I'm going to just go ahead and pick up Saquon just because of how super cheap he is. Even if he's playing against Tennessee, I'll still go with Saquon. So picking up Saquon, we'll go ahead and see if we can find a decent receiver for under $6K. I like Watkins with Pringle being out. I'm not sure who to put in this spot at the moment. A lot of this is just trying to figure out who has the most upside for any given team. Sky Moore at $3,800. That's almost ridiculous, even as a rookie. I know I've seen social media posts about how well he's getting along with Mahomes, and the chemistry they're already showing in minicamp right now. So I'll go with Sky Moore, especially at that price point. I wouldn't be surprised if he is above $6K by the end of the season. Several weeks during the season. So we'll go with Sky Moore, take a huge discount. Now we got $7,100 to find for that flex position, which in the flex position, you're trying to get a super good wide receiver or a really good pass-catching running back, which you can get Swift because of the volume he gets, especially against Philadelphia. But I think for now, I'm going to go ahead and go with a wide receiver in that spot. So you won't have the Cowboys game. Let's see. We'll go Rondale Moore. Which means we can pick up any running back we could possibly want. Jonathan Taylor. Now that you built your lineup, you see you got $1,100 there left over. So you can pick up, you can definitely upgrade on a receiver. Obviously, Moore or Sky Moore or Rondale Moore. We know they've already got time playing together. So it's really just a matter of experience as far as trying to figure out who I'm going to drop. So I'll go ahead and take a short pick on Rondale Moore. I'll trade in Sky Moore and see if we can upgrade on that. I think I picked up Sammy Watkins in the last stream. So don't want AJ Green. We don't want to be over leveraged on just the uh, KC and Arizona game. Let's see. Dang. I was about to say let's go Brandon Ayuk because it seems like every post I see Trey Lance is going to Ayuk in practice. So I don't know if you saw, but I was $300 over salary to get Ayuk. So we can either downgrade on defense or we could trade back in Rondale Moore, which I think that would still be kind of a lost cause. But so I'll just downgrade on defensive side of the ball and pick up. I'll go ahead and pay down to the lines again, just because, again, like I said, you don't have to pay. There's no reason to pay more than you have to on defense when the variance is so small as far as the scoring goes. So go ahead, enter that lineup. And I think that one's the biggest term they'll have for week 1. It's usual price $5, but I had a free ticket, so just look at the pay structure there. First place $1 million. Minimum winnings if you're in the prize pool is $8, so that's pretty solid. And you can enter up to 150 times, but if you got $750, then you're probably already using a lineup optimizer. So, but my streams are specifically for if you do not have that. That way you don't have to pay the $15, $30, $120 a season or per month to get those to get that information. And going to PrizePicks, we will make super early picks for the sake of just trying to figure it out and show you guys exactly how it works on here. Again, you just pick your 5 players. Go over. I'll go under that because I don't think they'll be throwing that often early in the season like that. Let's see. I think you'll do pretty well this season. I'll hit the over on both of these. Have a little bit of correlation in here. I guess we'll go one more on the quarterback side of things. I'll go under on, he's going to have to throw a lot in order to keep up, so that might not be a good idea for Cup either. Let's see. We'll go under for Cooper with Brissett being a quarterback, over for Trevor, over for Swift, over for Kirk. We'll find one more pick. We'll go over. All right. So again, the way they set it up on PrizePicks, get your all five, you get 10 times your initial entry fee, for twice the money, and then you get some of your money back for getting 3 out of 5. So we'll just do 5 for this one. Hopefully, hopefully they all stay healthy before the start of the season. But that's just kind of quick rundown of that. And then let's see. And then we'll do our Best Ball Mania draft here. All right. All right. Drafting from the 6th spot. So, one thing that I've noticed doing these drafts is that usually you can kind of tell just about where or what players you can get depending on your position. And I think anywhere from 5th through 8th, or anywhere from the 5th or 8th pick, you can usually get anywhere from the 5th to 8th pick, you can usually build a Cardinal stack pretty easily with Hollywood Brown, Murray, and Ertz. And then if you want to take a chance at Hopkins, hoping that he's fully healthy by the time he gets there, you can usually have a pretty good lineup there. You can go after a Charger stack at this position. You're just going to have to reach for either Keenan Allen or Williams. So there is that option. All right. Could go running back. I think I'm going to just go ahead and pick up Diggs because I don't think I have Diggs in many of my rosters right now. So, as I was saying, if you wanted to go Eckler here, you could. You definitely can. You'll just have to reach for either Keenan or Mike Williams here to build that stack. And then if you're lucky, you can pick up the other receiver for the Chargers and then pick up Herbert here. But that's one route you can go. Or you can pick up, make your first 2 picks, then go Hollywood, either at one of these 2 picks, and then you got Murray at round 5 or 6, depending on how far you reach for him. But again, depending on what position you're drafting in, really dictates exactly what avenues you have, and how aggressive you are to pick up certain players. going to go ahead and keep an eye out for Ayuk and Davis. Just because of all the news that's coming out about Brandon Ayuk this season with Trey Lance and the chemistry they're showing in camp right now. I'm not sure about Debo, but see, I'm almost have to go ahead and pick up Allen because more times than not, he's not going to be there at that 30th pick. But I think I am actually going to wait as much as I want to reach and go ahead and get him. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Evans and hoping that Allen's still there by the time I come back around. I doubt it, but, maybe we can get lucky. Maybe some of these guys won't actually reach for him. In which case, if that does happen, then we won't worry about Gabe Davis. We'll go after Godwin at that point and try and build up that Tom Brady stack. Which there we go. There goes Allen. So, and that happens in drafts too. So you always have to have a backup plan for different scenarios while you're going through best ball drafts, especially. So, all right. So we lost out on Allen. We got a 30th pick and a 43rd. So we can have our choice at Allen or Williams at that pick. Just go super strong wide receiver core. Or we can just go ahead and reach and get a good running back here at that pick. Just depends on how things fall at that point. I like Zeke too. One thing that I've noticed about myself in the past couple streams and past couple drafts is, I kind of leave my options very narrow. So, trying to improve on that, try and give myself some options up here. Everybody but the running backs are over 10 picks as far as reaching. So I'm going to go ahead, pick up Mike Williams. Because I think Keenan Allen's, I think this is going to be the first year you're going to start seeing some regression as far as his stats go. And I just have, that's just a hunch on my part, thinking that. So not that he's shown anything that would tell me that he wouldn't be a top wide receiver in the NFL this year. I just think it's going to be a changing of the guard this year. I think Justin Herbert's going to really pick up and really show that he's a true top 5, top 10, well, already top 10, but top 5 running back or quarterback in the NFL right now. I sat there and watched ETN come off the board. That's why I said running back. But I think this might be my spot to pick up Herbert, even though I want to get running back at this point. But get a super good quarterback to start off. Then pick up Josh Palmer. I feel like he's going to kind of play like that Van Jefferson role that he played for the Rams. I think it's going to be a similar situation for him and the Chargers this year. But gosh, quarterback. Well, all right. That kind of makes my decision for me, doesn't it? Well, dang. That escalated super quickly. Here's the thing. I've got to go running back because even though I want Brown right now, I think the next quarterback's Kyler, right? So the chances that I even get Kyler are slim to none, especially being at the 67th pick. I'm not going to reach for him at the 54th. So now my focus becomes Tom Brady at looks like an 85 ADP. Which stinks because I mean, I can still build a pretty good stack with Brady. Now I got to figure out. All right, I need to find a mini stack somewhere. And when I say stack, I mean having a quarterback with a wide receiver on the same team, which I don't think I've explained that before. But that's all that means is quarterback with the wide receiver on the same team. So let's look for some easy stacks we can go for. We got Christian Kirk. Is Lance already off the board? No. So we'll go Brady here. We'll go Godwin here if he's still there. All right. So we did get Godwin. That's cool. So we gotta get Brady. We have to get Brady. That's priority number one right now for this draft. Or else we're kind of screwed. Not really, but it would really stink not to get him. At this point, really being focused on getting that stack completed with Tom Brady. So let's take a look and see what kind of quarterbacks we can get to build that second stack. Got Rodgers sitting at 111. Go ahead and drop Trey Lance. We don't really have any solid correlation building there. So Rodgers, you got Watkins, Watson, and I think Lazard's already gone. Nope. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is go super duper early on Tom Brady just because of how crucial it is to complete that stack. And then, all right. So we got Tom Brady to complete the stack. Reach a lot for him. 18 picks, so a full round we had to reach for Tom Brady. But again, if we didn't get him, all of this would have been, these two picks would have been for nothing. Not for nothing, but it would have really, it wouldn't have helped us as much. It wouldn't have helped us as much to have both of them without Tom Brady in that roster. So now if we can get Lazard at my next pick at 78, if he can fall just 3 positions, then we can go ahead and start working on a second stack with Aaron Rodgers. So even though you have to reach sometimes for certain players, in order to position yourself to other players on the board, like an Aaron Rodgers stack with Allen Lazard and Sammy Watkins, you can kind of pay up at first in order to really round out your roster in the big picture of things. So again, if he falls, then my focus is getting a running back after that, because we got a few picks before Watkins comes on the board or becomes more suitable as far as draft price goes. Or even Watson, the rookie. So got 78, 91. See, we're kind of running backs around the 91st pick. 102. So we know we can get Devin Singletary at that pick, which I like. All right, so Lazard, he did fall to us. So we got the first piece for our second stack, so that's good. We might have a chance at Pollard. I doubt it, because you're going to start seeing a couple more running backs come off the board, quarterbacks coming off the board, I think, around this round. Or even some tight ends, maybe, being that it's a little bit later. Going into the 7th, 8th round. It'd also be nice to get Tony Pollard to back up Elliott there, but it'll be a stretch for sure. Yep, there goes Pollard. As much as I want to go running back on here on this pick, I think I'm going to end up going Hawkinson. Again, I feel like I pick Hawkinson up every single draft. I don't know why. Such a good value pick. Outside of Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's going to lead. He's going to lead the receiving course for the Lions. So I don't know why he's dropping so low. All right. I wouldn't be surprised if Williams ends up beating him out for the starting position this year. Just being a lot more of a more versatile running back. I don't want to put my email in here. Okay, that's it. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. Williams isn't even with KC anymore. They got Ronald Jones and stuff. he's not going to beat out Connor. So we'll go ahead and drop that. But what's that next pick? 102. I think in my mind I was going to go Devin Singletary. So I think I'm going to stick with that and go ahead and get my second starter at RB. Finish that out. And I get sniped. That stinks. Alright. So since he went to reach for Singletary, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Ramon J. Stevenson. So oof. Probably should have gone Rodgers there, since that was the stack I was trying to build, but oh well. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get back to us. That's my mistake. I was so focused on Singletary and getting that second starting running back that I lost track of Rodgers. Dang. He might fall to us. We might get lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe. Does everybody else got a quarterback? Everybody has a quarterback, so we might get lucky. Fingers crossed. It's going to be tight. They shouldn't. They might. That guy will, though. Oh, man. I'm sweating right now. Me and my dumb mistakes. Come on, one away. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's go. By the skin on my chinny chin chin. We got Rodgers. Barely, but we did. So that lucked out. Uh, 126. Marlon Mack. I mean, he went off a couple years ago as the lead back before Jonathan Taylor came into town and before he got hurt, but there's no way Cook's out there still, right? No. So I'll pick him up. Just especially with Eckler saying he can't stay healthy. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up the rookie. Might be a little bit of a reach, but, I mean... All right. All right, now that we've gotten both of our double stacks for best ball out the way, we'll go ahead and just start picking up some good talent to round out that roster we have already. We got 8 picks, or 6 picks rather. So 6 more solid picks. Got to find us some more depth at tight end, some more depth at running back, and maybe 1 or 2 more wide receivers to round out that roster. Let's see. We got 39, 50, 63. So around this area. I like KJ Osborne and Dotson. Let's see. All right. What's bye week 6? All right. We'll go ahead and pick up tight end. Go ahead and get 2 of our 3 that we usually get. Let's see. Probably going to go running back next pick at 150. Let's see. Carter, Robinson, Herbert. Although I think ETN is definitely the most versatile back between the two, or the more versatile back between the two, I wouldn't be surprised if you see James Robinson used more as like a inside the 10 type running back, pounded into the end zone. But you can't really go wrong with either of these two as far as depth goes. And, even though I've already got my double stack with Rodgers because of his position in the draft and because a lot of people are fading him because of his injury. Tunyon could be a good addition to this roster, having Rodgers as well. And because of that draft, again, because of that price point as far as his draft position, that might be a good value in the long run, especially having two solid tight ends already. All right, so as much as I like Robinson with that Doug Peterson offense, I'm going to go ahead and pick him over Carter, although I kind of like Carter a little bit better just because of what he was able to do last season. But with them using a first-round draft pick to pick up Breece Hall like they did, I'm going to go ahead and go with Robinson. We know what he's capable of. We know that he's a good athlete, even though we know Etienne's probably going to win that starting position. I'll pick a Robinson. Kind of like having insurance over a really good Etienne if Travis gets hurt again. Not to jinx him, but... All right, so where are we sitting? 2-3-6-2. I'd like to get at least one running back and one more tight end. Coming up, they must be just picking way out of order because I feel like the board hadn't really changed much at all. All right. Part of me kind of wants to pick up Watson or Winston just because of where we're at this point, but I'm going to stick with the plan, pick up Tunyon, fill out the rest of that tight end position spot with the hopes that somehow they can pick it up towards the second half of the season. Tunyon can kind of lead the way the second half. We're at 174. I think this is where we'll go running back. That's who I was going to pick too, Marlon Mack. All right, so even though I was going to go Mack, I'll go ahead and pick up Edwards. Even though he's having issues with rehab at the moment, I mean, the guy's a tank as far as being inside the 10. Let's see. We got four running backs, 6 wide receivers, and we got 2 or 3 picks left. 3 picks left. If we can get 1 more running back and 2 more receivers, I think that'd be ideal. Go Mostert. He should be there. Let's see where we're at. We're going to go 87.98. So we'll try and go Mostert. And then I think this might be a big year for Curtis Samuel. Even though probably 30% of the targets are going to go to McLaurin, I think this might be his first solid season back with Washington. I was about to say the other name of the franchise, but the Commanders. Another big comeback season for Samuel with the Commanders and Ron Rivera and the new quarterback at the helm of the ship here, Carson Wentz. All right. Last year I drafted him in the first round. He got hurt the very first game. So hopefully he pays me back this season. Oh, goodness. He's got an experience badge. Let's see what his roster looks like. So he went Eckler and Mixon. Quarterbacks are Jalen Hurts and Trevor Lawrence. To correlate with that Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence QBs, he's got Christian Kirk and Devontae Smith, Marvin Jones. So he's really pushing the Lawrence stack with a lot of value at running back early on. Let's see. Roscoe with another experience badge here. You got Herbert and Derek Carr, Matt Ryan. Not much correlation, though. The only correlation he has is Carr and Renfro. Oh. And we just got Watson. That's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Alright. Alright. Well, he'll be there towards the end of the season. Maybe he'll have some spike weeks that can help us out. Could go ahead and pick up David Bell too. Now that we got Deshaun, give him a little bit of like a single stack correlation there. All right. Finish out the draft. We'll go Bell, since we basically slept pick the Watson there, but if I can accidentally pick anybody, Watson's definitely not the worst person it can happen with. So at least it's not like Tim Patrick or something where he's not even going to play at all this season. So could have been a whole lot worse. Nonetheless, 3.573. It's not a bad way to go. But so yeah, that's our entry for Best Ball Mania 3 on Underdog Fantasy. This season I'm hoping to try and do a few things on DraftKings where they have these contests called 50-50s. So if you come in the top half of the contest, you get double the entry fee that you paid. So what I'm hoping to do this season is that basically if there's a contest available where you can have, I don't know, a couple entries into the lineup, I give 2 lineups, so you can use either one of them and put in a $5 entry fee, and then see if I can help you guys win some money too. That way y'all can literally just copy my lineup, put it in, then put it into a different contest, obviously, but see if that and see if it pays out for everybody, and then I'll try and keep track of it week in and week out, and see exactly if we can turn a profit by the end of the NFL season. So I think that'd be a pretty cool little thing to do during the NFL season. That way, if it works, then you guys are making money, I'm making money, and be pretty cool to see how that works out. But again, I'll kind of look and see what kind of contests are out there, how many entries are in each one. I may have to do it with a $2 entry, because I think this one here, you can have multiple entries into it, up to 20. So I may end up just doing it like 3 entries of $2 entry fee or something like that. So I might do like 2 lineups for the $2, and then 1 lineup with the $2 as well. That way, if the $2 hit, then I still turn profit, or if all 3 hit, then definitely turn profit. But anyway, figure out once we get closer to season. So yeah, if you haven't followed yet, please follow. Check out all the previous videos I have on Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate it. Thanks.